You definitely have to be working with other organizations. You have to be becoming an employee is definitely the best thing to understand how best can I develop my own startup. For me personally, it took me 20 years to identify my own in a startup and get confidence that yes, now it's time for me to start something of my own. Now I understand from my different experiences, I understand, yes, these are the things, if I do it this way, it will go wrong. A similar kind of a thing which I've seen in my previous organization, no, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it this way. These kind of experiences and understanding will come from when we are exposed to different kind of companies and different work environments, different, we interact with different kinds of people. We learn from people. My venture, Think Travel, is a travel venture. All of you like traveling? Is there anyone who doesn't like traveling? Just sit at home and I'll just watch the mobile. Everyone likes traveling. Can I get a yes? A bigger yes? I only wanted yes. No, ma'am. Yes? Something which I interestingly noted, what sir was asking all of your names and your passions. I understand that all of you have the same surname, right? Everybody was like getting up and like, my name is, Priya sir, my name is, Amit sir. Everybody is having the same surname. When somebody is asking for a name, please be proud, please be very confident and say that my name is Subini. My passion is in travel. I'd like to become an entrepreneur. Be very confident. That is what is expected out of an engineering student. So all of you are from which streams? All are software? Then mechanical. How many mechanical? No mechanical. You have a mech department here. No mech team in this group. Surprising. Electrical, electronics, computer science. Half computer science. Okay. Then anything I missed? IT, yeah. IT and computer science is different? Same. I'm sad that there are no mechanical people here, right? So yeah, coming to Think Travel, what do you understand by the word? I'm just going to share my experiences, how I formed, what are the difficulties that I faced, how I am thinking to form. I will connect it with the structure of the entrepreneurship. How do you start? How do you begin a startup? What are the processes involved in developing that? He has explained that. I will take you through how in each stages, what was the thinking going on in my head? And how did I form it? And you can tell me whether I'm right or wrong. How can I improve? I'd like your feedback in that. Okay. So Think Travel, I knew that I wanted to do a startup in travel segment because I worked in different segments, in marketing, in sales, in HR, in operations with the government, different sectors. But in tourism, I had the opportunity of working in a community tourism venture. I was a co-founder of that 10 years ago, where we worked in a village tourism. Sir, Chipenkeda. So similarly, we did homestays of farmers as an additional, developing a room of a farmer and making it a homestay, training them for a homestay so that they can get additional income by making the tourists or travelers stay there. So, and also making a village, training a village to host tourists. And these tourists, this village was in Wayanad in Kerala. Anyone been to Kerala? please come to Kerala. Think Travel will take you to Kerala. So, yeah, this is a village. Or any of you come to Kerala, I'll definitely be happy to take you to this particular village. So that entire village will be taking care of all the travelers. And the income from that, the tourists, will be directly going to the village revenue. Somebody will be buying in this homestays, the money will go to their livelihood of the homes. There'll be guides who are trained by us. They will get some income out of taking the village walks and all. There'll be cars. The taxis will be from the village. We'll make sure that if we have to take a pickup from the airport, we make sure that the car from the village will be going to the airport so that the income comes to the village. We had 2 or 3 cars who had got this driver taxis. So, and there was a village committee, and 20% of the income coming to the homestays they had to share with the village fund. And the village fund is managed by a committee. How will they utilize that funds for the betterment of the village, to keep the village clean? So in every way it was having socio-economic impacts, very responsibly, and it was impacting the communities. So it was like sustainable. People are coming into the village, but they are not damaging the village structure. The villagers had control over how many tourists should come there. They should not come more than that, so that the atmosphere of that village will not go wrong. There will not, too many tourists will not come and will not spoil the hygiene of the village, the resources of the village. It will not go. So this was the venture then. Yes, we had a lot of difficulties in scaling it up. What do you understand scaling it up? What do you mean by scaling? To expand into larger, because it was a very detailed work. Marketing was a task. We had to travel a lot. It was a very niche market. What is a niche? Niche is what? A very, not many people are consumers of that. So, now after that, when it comes to Think Travel, I thought it needs to be a business model, which is, now sir has spoken to you about CSR, corporate social responsibility, where there is a social impact, there is a economic. What were the 3 things that you were saying? Social, legal and ethical. So as a corporate company, every company is forced or legally bound to be having the CSR policies, whereas my company has it ingrained in its core values, in its objectives. So Think Travel is a combination of 3 words. Now somebody was asking about branding. So this is a small example of how I wanted to brand my company. I wanted 3 words. What are the 3 words you see? There is no word here. Think Travel. What are the 3 words that you are seeing there? Think, travel. Did you notice the spelling of travel? Was it a spelling mistake? Was it a spelling mistake? No. Why? Anybody felt initially, the first thing that you heard, anybody felt it is a spelling mistake? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nobody felt it's a spelling mistake? Yeah? No. I consciously wrote it? Huh? W Pateno. Entuko? Well, yes. Travel, think and travel well. So what do I have to think? Think before travel. What should I think before travel? Travel into holiday kada. Jo go enjoy. There I have to think also. What am I supposed to think? Huh? Say something. Sir already has briefed you something about what is Think Travel. Let me see, how much did you follow? Cheppandi. What should we think before travel? Say, yeah. Yeah. Say something. Yes, we should not be spoiling the environment. So what I want, please it. What I want to tell my travelers is to be thoughtful before you travel. Be thoughtful of every moment what you are doing when you are traveling. That they don't spoil the environment, that they respect the culture of the people that they are traveling. They do not over exploit the resources in that particular region that they are traveling. So there are so many, and they, if possible, they can also impact the communities or the people living in that particular area. I am spending what, 10,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees or whatever rupees, whatever luxury that I want to travel. If at least, half of that is going for the livelihood of the people living there, I am having a fulfilling travel experience. At the same time, enjoyment also. There are so many aspects into that. This is a slide just to, this is a presentation, I'm sorry, I have not prepared for JNTU. This was a presentation which I used for my, sir was mentioning that I had the opportunity to participate in the Thai global event. I was one of the 44 finalists, for women entrepreneur finalists. So I had prepared this for that. So this is a story that I would like to mention. How the need, the problem solving. So I spoke to me about, an entrepreneur should be solving a problem. So in travel, what is the problem that I'm trying to solve? Is there a problem in travel? Yes, I found that problem 10 years ago. This is a village in Rajasthan. Who all have been to Rajasthan? Nobody. Please travel to all these places whenever you get an opportunity. This is, you have heard of the Thar Desert? Yeah, this is a picture from Thar Desert. This is how a villager lives there. Water is, we have a lot of water here. In Rajasthan, in that desert, the villages, the water is precious. Gold chala precious, water kuda akkada chala precious. Water comes there to each house on a camel. On the camel cart, they put up all the big tanks, and it is coming so many kilometers into the desert for the households. People live in these kind of huts in the villages, and they save the water on the Syntex tanks on the rooftop. So I was there to understand, to enjoy what? To enjoy village tourism. I want to see how the villages live there. I want to eat all the village food. I had a couple of other European travelers also with me. So I also had gone there to show them how Indian villages are, happily. Okay. So now I was taking some water from the Syntex tank there in a tap. The tap was attached to that. And the water was flowing and it was full. And it was about to spill. Normally, I come from Kerala and abundance of water there. So normally before the bucket is about to spill, what will I do? I'll just, do this and take the water which is about to spill off. Before I could do that, the villager, the house owner, his name is a great friend of mine, Gamar Singh. He came running. He knew I'm going to do that. He came running and said, like, stop ma. He took a cup. He took 2 cups of water from that bucket and poured it back to the tank. I was like, oh my God. It was a real moment that, I felt so bad of myself. What did I think about myself? How dare I use their water? It was their resources, which they had taken so much of pain to bring it to this level. And I am here for just 2 days, and I'm taking it for granted. We get a lot of things free, of course. No, we don't know the value of many things that we get. Plenty of air to breathe. We know the value. You've listened to the news in Delhi and all. Polluted, highly polluted city in Asia. Delhi. Delhi people know the value of fresh air. Do we know? We don't know. Rajasthan people know the value of water. So, and the other things, people who don't have land of their own, like a lot of things. So what we have, we don't realize. So, so this moment made me realize that, okay, I'm an irresponsible traveler. Like myself, I was 10 years ago, maybe all of us might also be what? Irresponsible traveler. Not only travel, in everyday life also we might be irresponsible, right? So that is when I thought there needs to be something that I should be doing to make travel a more responsible thing. How do I do that? A big task for my life. Tourism is a sector which works with different industries, not only one industry. So much to learn, so many challenges, but solving each challenge is an interesting day for me. Solving each problem is an interesting, moment for me. Every day is a learning. If you feel so, yes, you have to be an entrepreneur. Every day, if there is some learning to do, if I did something today on my own, and I could solve this problem, yes, you have that trait in you to become an entrepreneur. You might do it today, you might do it after 5 years or 10 years. It's up to you. But if that thought is there in you, never kill it. People around, sometimes families, sometimes friends might ask you, why are you, doing crazy? Earlier in my life, when I used to come up with ideas, my friends or my family used to say, crazy. Yes, I used to lose my confidence. As a woman especially, we have certain tasks to do, at every age, around 20, we have to get married and all those things. So there are a lot of societal norms that will keep you away from, doing the thing that you want. So, if you are clear, at some point of time, this will happen. The earlier, the better, and you'll be able to impact the society in a big way. So, this was a moment which gave me a thought that you need to be doing something, but how do I do that? It was a big question. Yes, now. In 2023, I started the company Think Travel. I found the name. Now, what is the company is bringing. Now, when I'll tell you, understanding the ethics, we were speaking about the ethics about exploiting the places, destinations. You've heard the name destinations everywhere, no? Which destination that you want to go? That is a word, I'm allergic to in tourism. It's a word that I refrain from using. Why? Because destination is a place to, end. It is the end. So I would like to still want to call it as a place. A place has a lot to offer, a lot to learn, a lot to give. So we have a lot to give to that place. So I would like to call it a place as, a place, and the people are there. A lot of people are there. Culture is there. We can interact with the people there. So there is more. We need to respect those people. And by going there, all travelers need to develop a lot of, once we go, we'll have our own views about each thing. Your understanding will be different, your understanding will be different, his understanding will be different. So we gave perspective. Travel and build your own perspectives about life. So these are the philosophies, a branding philosophy that we have built thanks to Sir. He was the person who was instrumental in, building this perspective in terms of brand building. So all our, whenever communications that we build out, advertisements that we write, we will always have our communication in terms of places, people, and perspectives. That is how we are building our brand in terms of Think Travel is about places, people, and perspectives. So that is the philosophy as a brand that we are building on, working on. So ultimately, by giving different experiences to people, not that standard we have seen in traveling, packages, Singapore tour for 4 days, 45,000 rupees. In a big group, you're, packed up and you've gone, go to this place, go to that museum, run 10 o'clock report here. You're just seeing different things only. You're not getting an opportunity to interact with that place. So that was not something that I wanted to do. I wanted to give travelers better experiences. And which other country other than India can offer experiences? Definitely, my dream is to go global, but I have to start from my own place. India has a diverse culture, so providing fulfilling travel experiences is the objective or the goal or the dream or the vision of the company. Yeah. Now I'll just brief you about what any questions so far, something that you have not understood, some area that you find that you could not connect on. Yeah. So Think Travel, as you see, one is we have 4. Should I go by the structure, like you said? Legal. So now as an individual, when I'm starting my own firm, I don't know, as all of you would say, how do I start my company legally? What are the legal aspects of it? Now, when I start, I'm alone. I have this idea. How many people will first of all understand? I need to start somewhere. So a single person can start a company in the most minimum way, minimum resources, minimum documentation, as a sole proprietorship model. You're aware of sole proprietorship model? Yeah. Like so, I myself is the sole proprietor. I am the only decision maker of the company. So it is the most simplest form of starting a business, I would say, which is legal. You just need to take a labor license or a trade license, which your chartered accountant, definitely you should have a chartered accountant who will guide you on because the policies, the rules, the legal structures of this and the government, is so many things are there, taxation policies. We can't learn all these things. We can't learn all these things and start after that. We need to talk to experts. So chartered accountants are the right people that you need to go and ask, sir, this is my idea. If you want to start something quickly, this is my idea. What is the easiest thing? Which is the least taxable thing. Your 5% of something is the tax that you need to give to the government for the profit that you have made. And you are the sole decision maker, no other partners. All you need to have is an address. You need to have a labor license or a trade license, whatever you have. That is, and with that you get a bank account. Yes, done. You start your business, whatever is your product. But before you start a business, you need to know what is your product first of all. Yeah. So I started like that. Because I thought, okay, let me just start. Where do I start? My concept is very beautiful, nice, responsible travel and all that. But what will I do? What will I give immediately? I need to generate sales. Okay, the least I could do. Now, previously I told you about the story of my previous company, the co-founder. That was a niche market. To find customers was very difficult. So I thought, okay, that was when I was in Kerala. Sitting in Visakhapatnam, how can I get into that kind of, I don't know the villages of Visakhapatnam to start homestays and all. Okay, now let me put myself or position myself. There's a word called positioning the brand. Where do you position yourself? Which segment of the market? do you position yourself? These terms probably, sir, will bring you across to you in the later segments. So there is a mainstream travel market. Everybody is going on a holiday. I positioned myself in that place only because I can sell this concept to the large. I will talk to 100 people, at least 10 people will travel with me with this concept. So I positioned in the mainstream travel market itself. How will I make a product? I made an itinerary, a tour plan. Recently I had traveled to Bhutan. So I thought, okay, I only organized that Bhutan tour for my family. I thought, why not I do it for other people also? Why I chose, when I'm in sustainable tourism, why should I take people to Bhutan? Because Bhutan is the country, as their own policy, they are practicing all sustainable practices. So I didn't have to invent anything. I could just take people to Bhutan, which is a country who's already practicing all these things. The payment that you are doing, a particular tax will go to the Bhutan government. That's called sustainable development. It's gone. Sustainable development, sir, the presentation is gone. Sustainable development fund is all is there. So that is how I started. I got an opportunity to sell a tour. I had a bank account. I started off. So that is sole proprietorship. The next kind of an entity, mine right now is a sole proprietorship. In the next 2-3 months, I am converting it into a private limited company soon. So the second type of legal entity is called a partnership company. So I was asking you about, you're doing projects. You don't have school project, college projects, sir? So your engineering final year, you did not do projects? Finally they'll do. Third years, okay. You'll all have to be doing, and you'll be having teams of 2 or 3 people together. So when you are 3 people together, each people, I am good in communication, I will be doing the presenting. You are doing good in researching about certain things, you do that job. Somebody is good in drawing pictures. That is how you assign, you share your responsibilities. So similarly, when in doing business, we will also partner with people. Okay, I have this idea. I will ask Jay, would you share this idea? Do you like this idea? He said, like, yeah, it's a very good concept. I also would like to work on this concept. Okay, then what will you work on? Okay, I can give you a lot of research related aspects. So, okay, that my idea, he can enhance it better with his skills. Okay, then I think, okay, this person is good to work with. And he has the same vision as me. Somebody has to initiate it. Nothing will happen automatically. Somebody will have to take the leadership. So we form a team, and then now we are just friends, we'll just work, and we'll make business, we'll make profit, then we will think about it. No. In business, even if it is your best friend, don't trust that best friend. That is a basic rule. Okay, because why? Best friendship will remain only if there are clear rules and regulations. Tomorrow there should not be any confusion. Any business entity other than a sole proprietorship, partnership, or a private limited or any other thing is as good as another person. A company is a person. It is treated as another person. So any personal conflicts between you and your partner should not create a problem for that entity. So for that, you need to have rules, you need to have certain agreements. Who will do what? How will you operate? How will you share your profits? So that there is no confusion. So that is written on a partnership deed. A stamp paper will be there. All of you have seen stamp papers? Yeah. So stamp papers that you've seen. So stamp papers, and it will be written between, and that is, you can register it, always register it when you're doing it. So that is about a partnership deed. I understand the tax liability for a partnership deed is around 30%, 30% I think. Profit, for every profit, every 1 rupee profit that you're making, around 30% should be given to the government. So that is another kind of entity. But these two entities are not too difficult. The kind of rules or the compliance, the kind of reporting that you have to do to the government is very minimal. Whenever you want, you're done, your partnership is not working together, you can close the partnership and all that. The third is a much more serious entity, which is called the limited liability. Yeah, in partnership and proprietorship, there is another interesting point to that. Now in business, sir was talking to you about funding, funds. So when you get loan, who's liable to pay? If you don't pay back, you don't make an income and you don't pay back, the bank will come after if you have land on your own name, the bank will come and seize your land. Same thing with the partnership things also. But private limited company, limited liability, there is another thing called limited liability partnership. It's called LLP, where the liabilities are not too much into your personal things, but it is limited. But you have to do a lot of reporting to it is registered as per the Registrar of Companies Act only, but still you have much more freedom in doing all that. So that you're not too free, not you're too held by the government thing. That is LLP. Beyond that is a private limited company. You can have up to 50 directors in that. You've heard of all the directors, director board meetings and all that. So then you'll have up to 50 directors. You can have a private limited company. It is a much more serious entity. If you are all very, very serious about startup at any point of time, private limited company is your thing that you have to start. There are documents as per what you need to go by, rules and regulations of the government. Every year you have to have compliance to the company and all that. The next one is more than 50 directors. It's a public limited company. You know the share market and all, no? Where share Sensex is going down, Nifty market is going down, up and all, you would have heard in news. So these companies will get listed in all these places and all. So that's it. These are the broadly different categories of the companies. Just to give you a legal, anything more? Anything on the legal thing? I'm just thinking, yeah. I'll just quickly run you through the, what is the structure of my company. Then we'll come into all these aspects. One, I'm conducting tours as my business model. Yeah. Conduct responsible, this is broadly my business model. Conduct responsible tours to different places. I take people to Bhutan, I take people to Sri Lanka, outbound travel, and also people who are coming from other countries, I take them around different parts of India. I make sure that they stay less in the hotels, more in the homestays. I can't compulsorily, people who are traveling, I can't compulsorily tell them, no, I will not allow you to stay in hotels. No, I can't tell that. Everybody wants comfort. So I make a mix of all these things so that they're comfortable as well as they have some fulfilling experiences. So now, where are these homestays? Yes, there are some homestays which are already developed, but there are the kind of homestays that Think Travel wants are not many. So that is where Think Travel is developing and training people, or homestays or small cottages. Some people, you might be having 3-4 rooms together, but they want to do this kind of tourism, but they don't know how to do that. Where will I get customers or guests like that? We connect with such kind of owners who wants to do such kind of tourism and help them build their space in that way. And Think Travel names such stays as eco stays. So Think Travel as a company will have legal agreements with these kind of eco-stays that we will be acting on their behalf. And we will be responsible for bringing them tourists. So we will have lot of documentation like authorization letters, legal documents, so that tomorrow no guest should have a complaint against the stays or the stay owners. At the same time, the guest also should have to abide certain rules. There will be clear guidelines told to the guest as well as to the host. And Think Travel will have legal agreements with both. That the guest should not be intruding into their culture. They are staying in their home or in their village. A small example I'll give you, we take people to Bhutan. Bhutan is a country who has got a lot to, they value their culture and their dressing. You've seen very beautiful, boys and girls wearing the thing. So when travelers go to Bhutan, we have a rule that they do not wear any exposing kind of clothes, especially ladies. So it is when we were talking in the car, what is the ethics, the ethical side of the business is when people are traveling, as especially the kind of discussions that are happening now. My body, I can wear anything. My right kind of discussions are happening nowadays. But when you are traveling to some other place, somebody's village, if I come here, this is a very respected college. If I come here and wear a short skirt and a very tight dress, is it acceptable for you? No. So if I do that, it is disrespectful to your organization, the reputed organization. Same way, even if I'm going on my holiday, I'm enjoying and I'm spending my money, that arrogance we have, no? What is the problem? I'm spending my money. I like what I wear. I like to wear this short skirt, all that. What is the problem? No problem. But by doing that, you are disrespecting the culture of that, the value systems of that place. That is ethical consideration. You're being respectful of that particular country's value system. So that is something to do. So we have agreements with our guests that they will follow that. Certain guidelines are made. And the hosts, the eco-stays should not be asking for money from the guests. Because do you have any other examples where the guest can be exploited by the stays? Anything that you can think of? Why we should have rules for the stays? Some examples from all of you. Why should these guests, the hosts, have some rules? To avoid exploitation from they asking money from the guests. Sir, you have staying here, no, and my daughter is not well, or my son is not well, my study education is gone for higher education, can you help me with some money? No, these sort of things should not be done. So we have clear guidelines to the stays as well as to the guests. So there are so many examples, but we have limited time. I'm already running overboard, I think. Another area that we work is in training and consultancy for travelers as well as for hotels and all. And YouTube Stories is about a YouTube channel that we are coming up with about travel stories. How can we travel in a better way? All of you can be sharing your travel experiences in a positive way, so that it is inspiring other people to travel other way. We also have a campaigns wing where we will be campaigning for this kind of responsible travel. Now, sir was talking about, I'm just not following the order of the presentation, I'm just going here and there, however it comes. Sir was talking to you about the step of forming a team. How will I form a team? I have a big dream. In my lifetime, if I work alone, I will not be able to, make this dream come true alone. For that, I need to have multiple skills put together. So for that multiple skills to be together, I need to have people with different skills. I have someone called Rahul who is operating from Delhi, who will take care of the operations of the company. I have someone called Manoj who is operating from Kerala, who is very experienced in managing these kind of he was, for the 10 years, he was working in a very sustainable stay in Wayanad. So when I said that I'm starting something like that, he was very happy. Subhini, I want to work with you. But I didn't know how will I put this person together. That is how, he is in charge of the eco stays now, building eco stays across India. Another person called Sushil, he is a very accomplished travel planner. He is very accomplished, like travel tour guide. He brings people, when Europeans come here, he takes people around, tour planning and guide. So I brought him into the team because I want his experience. Yes, I have some experience, but can I do everything together? That is something which is very crucial when we are building a company, because I know I am an entrepreneur, I am the founder. I know certain things, but I can't do everything together. If I sit and do tour operations, my company will not move forward. I, as a founder, should be engaging in more and more strategic vision mode. I need to take the company forward. What are the other strategic partnerships that I can do? That should be my focus. If I sit and do daily tour planning, my company will stay there only. That's why we need to trust. We need to bring people whom we can trust, which is a very crucial task which we need to do together, taking time. Another person is someone who is very good in technology. A very long friend of mine who has worked for the government of Kerala, e-governance projects. He is taking care of my technology aspects. Anna, I love to speak about Anna. I told you about these campaigns. People needs to know about what is responsible travel. Why should we travel like that? What is the benefit of that? Somebody should talk about it. That's where I said I have the CSR element already in my company's values. We do campaigns. So Anna, who is leading that department she is someone who has been a homestay provider in Wayanad. She is someone in her 10th standard after her school. When guests used to come to her house, she used to take them, 4 or 5 people, I will go as a guide. And she used to take the guest in the village walk. So she got the, confidence of talking to travelers. She grew up in that village where responsible tourism was being done. So she was very happy to join with me and take up this responsibility. And the other person already who is sitting there, it is Jay sir, who is taking care of all the branding aspects of it. Mainly, his experience and his qualifications, you've already heard of it, and his experience. He worked with one of the biggest advertisement firms in the world. Did you listen to his profile when your friend was reading? There's a company called Ogilvy and Mather, ONG. So he worked for that company. You can see big books on advertising written by the Ogilvy, Mr. Ogilvy. So he had worked for that company. So who better can I find to build my brand? So now I have all the experts with me. I've pooled a team of experts. So my job is to make them all do the jobs and take it forward. Leadership is my job. A lot of challenges to understand, to keep the team together. Gone, sir. Yeah. Which is the area that I was just trying to, tell you things. as per the structure of how to plan a startup, what sir has explained to you in an application way. Yeah, I just tell you what so far. Yeah, this is back. Huh? Yeah, what I did in the last my journey of a startup, 2023 November, I started Think Travel. I did a couple of tours to Bhutan, Nepal. Website is something which is very important now. So I had a website. You can all go to thinktravel.com and read about in large whatever you want. Now, to legally protect your name. Think Travel is a very nice name. Anybody who did not like that name in this group? Please tell me if anybody has not liked the name. All of you like the name? Yes. So I love the name. I don't want anyone to take my name away. Now I talk about all these things in different forums. Nice concept. One of my competitor might be, you might be my competitor in travel segment. Oh, you see, okay, this lady is into all these things. Okay, this is a nice name. You might have a better experience in tourism than me. You might have better funds, access to funds than me. So what will you do? Good idea. Why didn't I think of it? Good. I'll take this name and start this firm in a different way. Name is good. So I would have worked for 4 or 5 years and slowly built my company. After 5 years, he took it away and he formed different ones. So what do I do to protect my name? Yeah. IPR, yeah. What is IPR? Intellectual property rights. There are so many things in IPR. Basic thing, I have to do a trademark registration of my name. It is a long process. It is slightly expensive process for a startup. Most businesses who are startups, we find we're very passionate to, yeah, I will do this, I will do that, I'll, get into that. But we get into the day-to-day processes. But we don't do, most people make it very late to do a trademark. They think that, okay, it is costing around 20 to 30,000 rupees. I don't have the money to do that. So let me do it after 2-3 years. By that time, he would have taken my company. So I made it a point that I will do it with my first profit. Whatever I made, I immediately registered for trademark. It is almost towards the end of the process and I'll be getting it soon. It will take 1.5 years to get it. Also, I copyrighted my logo. I created a very beautiful logo with all my creative interests that you would have heard. I made a globe around. There are some 7 continents in that. There is 7 continents and 5 oceans and waves and green and all that, which is out of my creative thinking. I don't want anyone to take it off. So I spent money on that also and copyrighted that logo so that nobody will copy it. So these are the certain legal aspects as a startup you should do so that you also feel that I'm serious about it. That is important. You have done so much of hard work to build this name. I don't want to let it go. So I did IPR, then the social media things, built a team, 2 or 3 now more proposals are in the discussions, and I'm still moving forward. And we, as a part of advocacy or creating awareness, we need to be very much there in the process of responsible tourism nationally, internationally. We need to be discussing issues on tourism. So as a part of that, we have an article about conserving or protecting the different historical places. It was an article written by Sir himself, and it is right now, in the last month, it was published in a German magazine regarding tourism. So these are, thank you. These are the things that we are doing to build our brand. One side I'm writing an article because this is a new concept. I want people to discuss about Think Travel. Other side IPR, I'm protecting my rights. Other side I'm selling a tour. I have to make money. I have to pay to people. Sorry, I'm pressing the wrong things whenever I'm asserting a word. So as a startup, you need to have your eyes, your ears, your attention. Every antenna should be very sharp. In every area you should be able to, these are some testimonials from people who have traveled, some good words. Any other questions, any area that I have not touched upon in your structure? Sorry? Yeah, I spoke about that, yeah. Then, yeah, different marketing strategy. You need to have a clear marketing strategy. Now you have a product, I have a team. How will I market it? How do I take it to people? I need to have a strategy for everything. It should not be like, oh, I have created the product. At that, after 1 year, you should start about, how will I market it? No, right from the beginning, because sales is the most primary thing. Money has to come into the company. How do I sell my product? Your sales strategy is very, very, very important. How? Then you need to find out ways. So I need to be, I need to have the previous slide. Yeah, I need to have, my website is my marketing strategy. I should be doing digital marketing. I should be going to different forums. Now I am coming here and talking to you is also my marketing strategy. I am able to talk about Think Travel. Now, will you ever forget the name Think Travel? No. Anybody of your friends who's asking, okay, do you know any travel firm? Yes, you'll say Think Travel. So this is also my marketing strategy. Thanks to you, madam. So, and I have this YouTube channel of travel storytelling. I'll make people talk about it. That will be my market strategy. Then definitely partnerships with different companies, influencers, collaborations with other products who was into sustainable products. Already a couple of collaborations are going on. So this is my marketing strategy. So every product, if it is not, your idea could be, like sir was saying, you need to have an idea, but if there is nobody to buy your idea, what is the point of having that idea? So how do you make your idea into a product and how do you sell it? That is the strategy that you have to develop. Once you sell it, you need to get money. That money will only motivate you to do more. Yeah, not this. This is funding. That's it, I think, yeah. Any questions, anything that you want to ask, please. These are my different networks. Yeah. Thank you. Anything, any questions you have, any doubts you have? It is a very large concept, lot of things I know. It is very complicated, but any areas with respect to women entrepreneurship, anything specific, silly doubt also, which is not at all related to Think Travel. You want to ask, please feel free to ask. Sorry? Job? I am happy to have interns. Student traveling, yes, I will be making student travel a mix of educative and itineraries are being made. So I can definitely have a collaboration with JNTU for your educational tours. So, I don't like, even I'll tell you, during college time we used to go for educational tours. It was the most boring thing, yeah, seriously. So, so I'll make sure that, since I've been through all this journey, I'll make sure it is interesting. It is for the college, they have to be having the learning thing. For us, we need to have the enjoyment thing, the fun thing, but there needs to be ethical also. So I'll make sure that there is a right mix of all of these in the tour, and definitely I'll share with your teachers. Any other questions? We have internship
I want
opportunities.
to ask the Vijayanagaramlo em manchi place and what are the good places that are there ma'am can include as a tourism package. Are there good places? There's a fort, right? Vijayanagaram fort. Yes? Yeah? Ramanara temple. Yeah. So
okay, I'll give you a task now. Because I am starting to work on Vizag. I might be settled in Vizag, but I don't know much of Andhra and Vijayanagaram and all. So a traveler, I was discussing, you know Daspalla Hotel in Vizag? Yeah. I was asking the owner of Daspalla Hotel, how many tourists are coming to Vizag? People are coming for business. But 10%, less than 10% of tourists are coming. Or travelers. I don't want to again use the word tourist. A tourist is someone who is want to exploit, consume. A traveler is someone who wants to travel, see, explore, learn, enjoy, and have fulfilling experience. So Think Travel is all about building the traveler community, connecting with communities, villages. So Vijayanagaram as a village has so much to offer. Last month we were having tourism summit in Visakhapatnam. Lot of investments are going to come in Visakhapatnam. Lot of things. Okay, that is I don't know what, but the country, the people here has got a lot to offer. What do you think Vijayanagaram has got to offer? If you can write to us,
it's an assignment, we can give it to them. They can mail it
it's
to
an
you.
assignment. Yeah. Next time, if you can make some 1 or 2 itineraries, one day to Vijayanagaram. I can bring tourists, people in Vizag. We can have a 1-day trip to morning. They can come see and experience different people, some special things. Not only sightseeing. Go to certain villages or to your homes, experience your households, some crafts and things that are being done here.
There's also cultural tourism, right? Gurujat Apparagar, someone, even that is a tourism potential.
So by doing that, that people are also getting some income out of it. If people are coming there, they'll buy some handicrafts, and that money they'll get. So is there something that we can do in Vijayanagaram? If there is a particular itinerary that you want to plan it and give it to sir. We can think of working it out. Okay. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Wonderful audience. Last time when chala ఎక్కువ రెస్పాన్స్ ఇచ్చారు సార్. Last time was maybe starting of the year కాబట్టి slightly inactive ఉన్నారు. Still they are Thank you for the wonderful response and being a wonderful audience. ఇంత పేషెన్స్ గా వినారంటే really appreciate your patience level. Thank you. Thank you ma'am for accompanying me and giving a wonderful perspective, especially on your venture and that is sustainable and responsible tourism. Also the case study you have gone through, entire very helpful for the students and all of us. Thank you ma'am.
Thank you ma'am for your valuable insights about traveling. When we hear the word traveling, we are enthusiastic as it is full of enjoyment, learning new things, respecting others' culture. We hope that your dream will come true as early as possible ma'am, that Think Travel will be expand globally. Thank you ma'am.
First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected Principal Sir, respected Vice Principal Sir. A special thanks to all the HODs of various departments.
I am truly grateful to our esteemed guest Jay Pratap Sir and Subini Nair ma'am for sharing their valuable insights with us. I would also like to thank Dr. Hama ma'am for giving us a great chance and for supporting us. Finally, at last but not least, I would like to express my gratitude to all the students for their dedication and sincerity. Thank you for giving your valuable time.